Hey guys, another episode of Just the Tip here. I say episode kind of, ironically, as we're trying to kind of find the formula for like what these videos are going to be about. I was doing a lot of analysis, kind of regurgitating stats and stuff like that. But, you guys don't need another, commentator like that doing that. We got that enough with Tar Heel 24/7, Jacob Turner and AJ. You got clowns like Noah Wisecoff out there talking how Jaden Young is the answer to UNC's troubles. You got Ian Shad over there at Locked On Tar Heels. And that was kind of the reason why I started doing these in the first place. You got guys who have no kind of understanding of the game or connection to UNC sports out there talking about what UNC needs to do, And don't even get me started on the field of 68 guys, These out-of-shape guys, you can tell, never even touched basketball. Now, I'm not saying I was some, D1 recruit. I played high school basketball, played AAU, got a couple offers to play D2, D3 schools, and that's kind of where my basketball career ended. I'm doing something not even close to like that in the corporate world now. But one of my frustration was with people who have no real passion for the game. And I'm sure you guys can see this in my emotional kind of the way that I watch the games. And that's the reason why my wife started recording these in the first place, was because I was saying things that these commentators were saying. And it's just this frustration of a mixture of just like how fickle, and I'm one of them, UNC fans can be. We are known for having a petty fan base. Even with this Caleb Wilson, injury coming. It's just like, our season's over. Hubert Davis is cooked. And in a lot of ways, I've tried to be Hubert's one of his biggest defenders. But, that Miami game, I'm not going to be one of those cliche people who's saying Duke hangover. But that's exactly what happened, man. Just a lack of discipline. Lack of just effort out there. Being a poor free throw shooting team is something that UNC should never be. Roy Williams was notorious for, if you couldn't make free throws or anything, or if you didn't show the effort, he would just take the rims off the basket. And it's just like you have to show the effort before getting into the scoring, the assist, like the limit turnovers, high free throw percentage, and just effort, closing out on balls, pressing, just having more energy, more fight than the other team. And that's something that without a doubt, as a player, you should be familiar with.